Boo. 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 Be shocked and awed as I have no intro. What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to the 10,000 subscriber unalternate channel that I don't upload enough to spectacular celebration. How are you guys doing? Oh my goodness. It is a day. It's a good day, I think. It's been I don't even know, man. I don't even know what to like talk about or do right now. Things are just ridiculous. Everything is like election and impeachment, and then there's lawsuits, but the lawsuits are kind of slow. And so I've just been trying to like read a book, and I can't read a book because every time I sit down to read a book, I get interrupted by a kid needing something or fighting with another kid. And it's just, it's crazy. So it's, it's like, angry town out there. Everybody's mad. You notice that? Everybody's mad. And they shouldn't be so mad. They shouldn't be so mad. But today, I'm not mad. Let me point that out. I'm not mad, just disappointed. I'm not disappointed, actually. I just wanted to say that. I will be hanging out for a little bit tonight. And then we'll move over to Twitch at some point. Tomorrow, the normal shows will resume with full legal and ridiculous commentary topics. Will be resuming. But here, I forgot to do this last night, and that was celebrate 10,000 subscribers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start drinking. Legal Eagle Raid, no! No! I'm going to start drinking in celebration. And I hope you guys will join me in drinking in celebration. And if you can't drink or don't drink, don't start because someone on the internet is drinking. Certainly that's a bad plan. But if you want to join. If you don't, just hang out. That'd be great. Unlikely Beard is raiding too? Oh my god, we got raids everywhere. It's like Raid Shadow Legends. Speaking of which, I think I'm going to be doing a Raid Shadow Legends stream soon. Just so you know. I think that'll be something. We'll see how that goes. Try it out. I've never played it. Is Raid Shadow Legends any good? I see a lot of YouTubers saying it's good. We'll have to try it. So I have a couple different drinks. Lady Rackets found me this bit of Lafroig that was left. I used it to make some beef ribs. So there's a couple types of beef ribs. There's beef short ribs, which are, the little short rib, and you got to braise them for like hours. And those are great, but they take hours to cook. So my local grocery store sells beef short ribs, no bone in them. It's just a strip of meat from the beef rib. And what those are good to do, and I've done this on a cooking stream once or twice, is you put them in a cast iron pan, really hot, and you cook them with salt and pepper. You just pan fry them, right? And as they're finishing up, and they're it's like 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch or whatever. So you got to cook all 4 sides of it. You can't cook just the top and the bottom, or you'll cook them like too long and it's pointless. So you just kind of rotate them around. The center will stay nice and medium rare. But then what you do is right when they're getting done, you pour in a bunch of whiskey. And what whiskey you choose matters. You pour in a bunch of whiskey and then you burn off most of the alcohol and let them just soak up that whiskey flavor in like a sauce type thing. And the last time I did it, I used Laphroaig. And it was really, really delicious. You got a lot of the smoky tar-like taste of Laphroaig. Even my kids and Lady Rackets liked it. And that's weird because it's, Laphroaig is typically considered a very harsh flavor, but they all really liked it. So, anyway. Did I ever get the copyright strike reversed on your song? Wait, I didn't have a copyright on your song, I don't think. My Room. That's My Room Records, y'all. That is the composer of The Whiskey Drinking Lawyer, composer and performer, who's got woes to rival The Offspring, which is fantastic. But I didn't think I had a copyright strike from there. Do you have my blessing to make an RPG Maker game about me? I won't do it unless you say I can. Put your blessing into my front kitten pocket. What did Elon Musk say to that guy? You can steal our name and logos and we probably won't sue you. There, that's what Elon Musk said, so I'll say that. Oh, the Goodbye RBG song. I think so. I don't have any copyright claims on any of my stuff, so I must have gotten it. That Cancer in the End. Or that might have not been the... I do remember that now. Let me check. Let's see. Archive. Messages. Yeah, no, I don't think I have anything. So I must have gotten it taken down. Or taken off, or whatever it is. Whatever the right one to say is. It must not be there anymore. I don't think. I'm checking. I'm still checking. Goodbye, RGB. RBG. You know I can't live without you. Guys, I have 1,134 streams. Oh, God. That's a lot of streaming. They silently dropped yours when you called them gay boys. Twitch tonight will be Ranger Spencer. Yeah, we should, I did receive the PSA Stitch apology. I did. I did get that. So that was nice. I could be streaming wearing less, but after watching that Andy Sedaris movie last night, I don't feel like I can ever wear less again. I'm actually going the full Muslim, and I'll be wearing a burqa that covers everything but my eyes after that. PSA Stitch had apparently, people are asking what he did. Oh, I had a brief F. Oh, they're thinking it was me. Okay. But PSA Stitch had said something about me spreading fake news, but then apparently he was thinking of someone else. I'm not sure who, I don't know, but he was thinking of someone else, and he apologized. He did apologize, saying it was a misidentification. So there's that. An apology is not ever accepted, but it is understood. I saw that Uncivil Law had Louis Rossman on. That's fantastic. Siren says, I can confirm after 2 weeks of vaccinating people for COVID that no one has received a mind control device. But what if the mind control device is just autism? Have you ever had Diplomatico rum? No. No, is it good? Anyway, so there's a bunch of, there's chats coming in that I do need to start addressing so that I can start drinking. Do I talk to Ralph anymore? On occasion, I'm going to go on, he asked me to come on Wednesday. He actually asked me to come on like Friday and then today, but I wasn't able to come on. And then, I'm going to go on Wednesday, I think, for just a little bit and talk about Baked Alaska's case, which is good because I haven't actually read Baked's documents yet, but people have sent them to me, so I'll be reading through Baked Alaska's documents and talking about it. Long story short, I mean, there's footage of you being in a place where you're not allowed to be. There is a crime against being inside a secured federal building, and in particular, specifically when Congress is in session. So, like, as for the elements of the crime, they kind of met him. As far as I can tell from the statute. But that's a brief glimpse. I'm not quite sure what the defense will be. I know people are saying that everybody's blaming Trump for them storming the Capitol, but here's an interesting thing. Like, if someone tells you to go kill someone and then you do kill them, you can't be like, well, that guy told me to, though. I mean, he said it. So what was I supposed to do? Not kill the person? Was I not supposed to kill them? I'm pretty sure if that guy told me, then what choice did I even have? And of course, that's the way CNN treats people. So maybe they're right. I know that the cops let some in. I've seen that. Let me just give you some general advice. The wording of the statute, as far as I've read it, is you cannot be in the building or remain in the building while Congress is in session. That's a federal crime. So if it's secured and Congress is in session and you happen to have permission to enter the building but are asked to leave and you don't, or it's indicated that you need to leave and you don't, that is remaining inside a federal building without permission while Congress is in session. It's not recommended. It is a highly unrecommended action. So, the propriety of the action isn't in question here. It's the mere words of the statute. And so the arguments that they will make will likely be around, you have a couple arguments, right? I wasn't there. I wasn't me. That's the Nick Fuentes approach, right? Where he's like, prove I was in there. Now, Nick Fuentes hasn't been charged, but he's been lumped in with other people who were said to be in the building. From what I've seen, I'm not fully familiar on this. I hear Nick Fuentes is talking about suing people or pursuing legal action. If he does, I will 100% be covering that. But yeah, if your argument is I wasn't in the Capitol building, and I didn't assault any officers or whatever the charge is, that's one. Wasn't me. The Shaggy defense. Two is you had permission, right? Sure, I was in the Capitol, but I was a guest of Ted Cruz or something. And then your defense of having that permission, you'll have to bear that out. You have to raise You have to raise a sufficient amount of doubt about it. And then the third one is, let's see, it wasn't me. I had permission. Oh, or the law doesn't apply to me. Like, not generally speaking, but this law doesn't apply to what happened. Like, I didn't do the thing, which is different than it wasn't me, right? I wasn't violating this law. So if there's some specific case law out there that interprets permission or that requires someone to be given notice that they need to leave or something like that, that's a deeper argument that, I don't know off the top of my head. But theoretically, there could be some case law crafted around this particular federal statute that would offer an argument. I'll have to look into it, though. I don't know. The new executive order. There's an executive order about basically removing barriers to concealed carry permits for officials. Is that what you're talking about? I forgot the sovereign citizen defense. Yes, that's true. That's true. Actually, if you are an Article 4 free inhabitant, then you are not actually, you have not entered, nor are you remaining in a federal building that is secured. You're actually just a traveler and an inhabitant passing through the building, merely existing and not actually occupying or being in the space of. You merely coincidentally exist in proximity. However, you are not subject to the laws of admiralty because you are not on a boat. I think that's how that works. How fat is Jamie Markey? Very. So Trump's going to pardon if they stop the session, isn't that fine? No. Trump going to pardon 100 people tomorrow. Who are you betting is part of that list? Steve Bannon. I'm going to guess. If he didn't... Wait, did he already pardon Steve Bannon? Yeah, he pardoned Bannon, didn't he? Oh, crap. Let's see. Steve Bannon pardon? He should... Oh, so the Jerusalem Post says no pardon for Giuliani or Bannon is likely. They also say that his clemency is likely for Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, you're in. This guy makes tremendous music. I love it. I listen to it every day while I eat my Kentucky Fried Chicken with Hillary Clinton. She gives me hot sauce from her purse. Perfect. But fabulous music. Wonderful rhymes. Bars like nobody's got bars. Nobody's got bars like Lil Wayne. But Giuliani, Bannon, those guys couldn't even cook my dinner. So here's the thing. There's an interesting thing for pardons. You do not have to be charged with a crime to be pardoned for a crime. And there's some confusion about how this works because it's such a weird sort of idea. But a president can pardon someone for a potential crime that is accused, that is unaccused, is charged, is not charged. They can pardon someone after they're guilty. And this matters. Like, when they are in the phase really matters. If you are pardoned after being convicted, like General Flynn was convicted, he was pardoned. General Flynn is guilty. And by operation of the pardon, he is forgiven. However, he was guilty. So whatever that means. Whatever that guilt of that means for him. And that's lying to the FBI. So actually, like, being guilty of a crime of lying, crime of dishonesty, can preclude you from being a witness in certain, in certain court cases and stuff like that. And if there's something with some sort of honesty requirement, they can say, well, you lied. We proved it. He's like, but I got pardoned. It's like, yeah, but you did lie though. Okay, so you can have that. If you're not convicted and you're either charged or not charged, it doesn't matter. You're not guilty when you get your pardon. Okay? So if you charge me with the crime of my nose reaching into Fort Knox, my nose unlawfully entering and occupying Fort Knox, I'm charged with the crime. But I haven't had my trial yet, and I'm not guilty yet, and Trump pardons me. Then I'm not guilty because the system didn't prove beyond any reasonable doubt that I was guilty. So therefore, I'm not forgiven. I'm just not guilty. Even though it has happened. Okay? So, in the alternative, if you're not accused, you can still be pardoned. And pardons can be specific or they can be generalized. But if you are pardoned without being accused of a crime, then you can't be accused of what you've been pardoned for unless you were to do it later. Does that make sense? So, like, if you murdered someone, you murdered someone on January 10th, you're pardoned on January 12th for murder, for federal murder. State won't count. Federal murder. And you would have been charged on the 15th, but you're pardoned on the 12th, then you're not charged. And they can't charge you for the murder that happened prior to the 12th. So, murder is a pretty extreme example. You don't usually see that. However, if you murdered someone on the 13th after being pardoned on the 12th, you could be charged for murder on the 13th. Like, you can't pre-pardon someone for something they haven't done. But you can pardon someone for something they have done but haven't been charged with. So there you go. It's a really weird system, but it's really important. And for this reason, Trump should pardon Ivanka, Donald Jr., Eric Trump. He should pardon his whole family, everybody. He should definitely pardon his family because they're going to come after them. And so he should eliminate the federal crime route from anything his family has done. And not even that they've done, but that they might be accused of. Now, there's a question of whether or not he should pardon the rioters, and there's a separate question of whether or not he can pardon the rioters. So let's go to those in reverse order. Salt says pardon for what crimes, though? I don't know. I think he can do generalized categories. So financial crimes, he should just go ahead and pardon them. Pardon them anyway. Everybody hates them. Their bank accounts are getting dropped. Their insurance is getting dropped. Stuff like that. Pardon them for the crimes. That's my opinion. Don't worry about the fallout. Pardon them for the crimes. Not saying that they committed any crimes. Pardon them for crimes that they might be accused of. Pardon them for all federal offenses. I think the president's power of clemency actually extends that far. Hey, what's up, Ken? How you doing, buddy? But yeah, that's what my opinion is. He should pardon them for pretty much everything. Because like I said, they're going to come after them. They're going to come after anyone who can likely have any association with Donald Trump. They have to punish. Have to punish. Must punish him. So, did I not post this on my... I think I posted this on YouTube, didn't I? Oh, no. I might not have posted it on the community page. Oh, son of a hooker. Let me do that real quick. One more time on alternate channel. Come hang out. Tomorrow streams resume on this channel. There we go. Post. All right. Sorry, I forgot to do that. I don't know that it'll matter. But yeah, as for who else, I hope he pardons. I don't think he will, but I hope he pardons Assange and Snowden. I really do. Maybe he'll pardon John McAfee. I doubt it. Oh. Anyway, there's a lot. There's a lot to do. So, but yeah, I think he could pardon Bannon. They're talking about pardons for Manafort. I don't know if he's, or did he do that already? What does CNN think? Oh, CNN, of course, posts a picture of Richard Nixon for this. Oh yeah, I was talking about the rioters. My brain got jumbled. Okay, here's the God. It's a picture of Nancy Pelosi. And now I have cancer. Okay. So, with the rioters, Trump might not actually be able to pardon them because he is now impeached for quote unquote incitement to insurrection surrounding the riot. Now, the language of the pardon power is actually ambiguous here. It says that the power to pardon shall extend in all circumstances, except in cases of impeachment, is, I believe, the exact wording. Hold on, let me find it. Article 2. Here we go. All right. Let's see. Remember all that bullshit about the emoluments clause, by the way? Notice how they never, ever impeached Trump on emoluments? Never once. They whined about emoluments the entire time and never did anything about it. Despite now impeaching him twice, they have just left out emoluments. You want to know why? Do you want to know why they left out emoluments? Because it's bullshit. And it always was, and they always knew it. Don't worry, Diamond Tranquil. We're about to get some media on this liquor when I start drinking from the bottle. Okay, but here, this is the, here we go. And he shall have power to grant reprieves and pardons for offenses against the United States, except in cases of impeachment. There you go. That's the whole thing. So the question is, I'll tell you what an emolument is in a second. So the question on impeachment is, in a case of impeachment, where you're accused of inciting an insurrection, can you pardon the insurrectionist? In every other circumstance, the president can pardon an insurrectionist, no problem. President can pardon an insurrectionist, an outright terrorist. He can pardon anybody for any offense, except in cases of impeachment. That doesn't mean necessarily that it's limited to the person being impeached. So there may actually be an interesting Supreme Court concept coming out of this. But I doubt it. I don't think Trump is going to pardon the rioters. Because Trump has maintained entirely that he is not in favor of a violation of law. That's been his go-to argument this whole time. So for him to pardon the rioters would be a breach of that. So we'll see. I don't think he will, but he may not be able to, because if the courts or whoever were to read the pardon power in cases of impeachment as you can't pardon the person who's involved in the scheme that you're being impeached for, then the rioters can't be pardoned, even if Trump is ultimately acquitted, because he'll be out of office. Now, in theory, if he were acquitted by the Senate and still in office, he could issue pardons after that. As for pardoning himself, Trump possibly could pardon himself for criminal acts. Trump cannot pardon himself in case of the impeachment, so he can't pardon himself for the incitement to insurrection impeachable offense. But in theory, he could pardon himself for any federal crimes that he may be accused of in Congress, or not in Congress, in the courts during the course of his presidency or before. If there is an outstanding criminal liability that Trump has, he may be able, he may be able to pardon himself. No one really knows, because no presidents have ever tried. But in fairness to the no presidents have ever tried, no presidents have faced a vindictive and bloodthirsty opposition in the way that we have now. This is new. This is actually new. We've had vitriolic and heavy presidential elections in the past. We've had that. What we have not had is a blood cycle of retribution. And I don't know if you guys know this, but if you want to look at what causes like perpetual civil wars in African countries, it's when regime changes have blood cycle retributions where they pay back in full the debts of the previous administration by killing them or by politically prosecuting them or whatever happens. So the idea of should Trump pardon himself, apparently it's been suggested that he shouldn't by his legal advisors. I don't know. At this point, like if I'm in his shoes, I'm in full-on defensive mode, because they're coming. They're coming. They're open about it. That's my thoughts on it. Might as well try it. Doesn't say you can't. So. Yeah, his legal advisors have sounded far more like political advisors. They sure have. They sure have. All right. We're going to start reading chats and drinking, because that's what this is about. Gelth Walker says, congrats, now let me ban the Legal Eagle Raiders. No. Frederick Little says, congrats on reaching 10,000 subscribers, Nick. Average Estonian says, cheers, mate. Here, take shekels. Physicality Channel says, are you trolling us? Raid is abomination. Oh, I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling. Barry Linden says, hi, Nick. I love how you're always evolving. You've done a great job upgrading the background. You no longer look like a full-blown hobo, just a regular one now. Thank you. Bad Dragonite says, congrats on 10K. Have a cookie. And then he sent me a pie. It's not a cookie, Bad Dragonite. That's a pie. Kurono Kenshi says, I'm drunk. I started on RGE's stream. Oh, well, continue here. Continue here. Eric Brown says, forgive me if this has been asked a lot lately, but what's the deal with appeals on Vic? Thought we'd hear something now, having been almost 4 months. All right. I will say it again. So the hard thing about being a content creator, and if you guys are avid consumers, of a particular creator's content. I don't know if you guys do this, but if you do, be a little lenient on them if they repeat themselves a lot. Because I sometimes get frustrated, like going back to the same topics, both when people ask and when I'm doing like a video. Like I've done a bunch of little videos on impeachment, and in a lot of them, I'll talk about similar things about the impeachment, especially impeachment when post leaving office. And I'm like, God, I talk about this a lot. And I say it, but then I remember not everybody sees every video. Even though I have to do all of the videos, so I see all of them. And so for me, it sounds really tedious and repetitive. A lot of, content gets distributed in different ways and makes it to different places. So, have to remember that. As for VIX appeals, so the rules of the Second Court of Appeals in Texas, the rules are this. The day they take the case, which was September 22nd of 2021, of 2020, September 22nd of 2020, is the day they took and quote-unquote heard Vic's case. They heard it by submission only. There was no oral argument. So they heard the case on September 22nd. From that date, the judge who's writing the opinion in the case has 6 months to submit their first draft to the other 2 judges on the panel. And then if those judges want to write concurring or dissenting opinions, they have an additional up to 3 months to work on that. So it could be 9 months from the submission date within those rules. And those rules are not firm. So it could be longer, it could be shorter. There's no way to know. What I can tell you is that their rules, and again, they're more like guidelines, they also say that they release opinions on Thursdays. So that's how it goes. Is the first one public? No. No, they will release all of their opinions at once. That first draft, the draft opinion, is shared. And then the reason they share it is because one of their other judges could, in theory, raise a point, point out a flaw in the legal argument. Now, technically speaking, according to their rules, they have likely already decided the case. So they have actually made their decision. Now they're writing the opinion around the decision. They're revising it. They're making sure the law is right. They're eliminating typos. Even though they don't get all of them, you still find typos in court opinions, which is great. They're having their clerks run down citations and make sure that they've got it, and then they will publish all the opinions at the same time. Awig says Thursday, except for original jurisdiction cases. But this isn't an original jurisdiction case. So yeah, but that is the deal. So don't know when exactly they'll hit it. It could be really any Thursday, but it still could be another 4 to 5 months in theory. Thank you for asking. Bad Vibe says, how about the retired Chicago firefighter that was falsely accused? Would you cover that case if he does sue? I'm not aware of it. Maybe. Angry Baneling, because I wasn't supposed to talk about law here. I was just gonna sit and shoot the proverbial poop, and then maybe play like a video game. That was the goal for this stream, and drink more liquor. That was the idea. Oh yeah, Bad Vibes. Thank you. Oh, speaking of celebrations, would you guys like to hear an idiot? Let me play some audio of an idiot. Just a moment. I'll get this ready. Let's see. I'm gonna play audio of an absolute moron to you guys. Wait, this isn't even the one I thought about. What? Oh. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see what this dummy says. Just a second. That's fine. Great stream anyway. Yeah, the only new thing is I filed the amicus brief today. That's it. Now we wait for the court. All of the filings that I know of occurring have occurred, and we'll see what happens. Dark Soul says, remember Boogie said rapists are better people than those trolling him? And Coldfeet 2A wannabe Hunan Muhammad says, is Ron smarter than a 5th grader?
I thought it was here.
No, he's not even as smart as a 4th grader. And says,
wait a minute.
Wendell 2020 says, what are you going to do for the 90,000, 100,000 sub specials? Better be good, Nikki. I think I said I would do a 24-hour stream at 100K subs. I didn't have anything planned for 90,000, and I was almost there, and I ruined it by uploading a bunch of videos, and now my subs are... I lost 500 subscribers that day. So, RIP to me. RIP. I don't know if 100,000 is going to occur today. So, there you go. So that's one clip of an idiot. I have another one somewhere else. It doesn't matter. Okay, anyway, it turns out I am stupid, and I did agree to a 24-hour stream. So, I don't know when. But I did say it. And it was not just in that clip. I said it more definitively while Drexel was on the show. I said, oh yeah, I'll definitely do a 24-hour stream. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm so stupid. Dumb. The dumbest thing I've ever said. So, I don't know when it will be because they're really, really tough to do. They're really hard on my family interaction. The wife and kids have to be prepped for that. It has to be at the right time. But I will be working on doing it. I've got to probably do like a guest list of some sort to get it. Oh, Jonathan Ferrier, I did one. I did one a long time ago. I actually did a 24-hour stream before. I think at 25,000 subscribers or something stupid. So, but yeah. So there is a 24-hour stream coming. I just don't know when I can, but I will put it together. I just gotta, like I said, gotta get some help lined up for the streaming. Gotta get people to come in. You have to have guests to go for 24 hours. But will Out of the Darkness be on this one? Sure. Just cheat with a sleep stream like Amaranth or Invader V. Yeah, I'll just put on some lingerie and just sleep. Oh, man. So, yeah, we'll see. I will start working on it. First thing I'm going to do is pick a date so that I can convince people that, like, tell them I need someone on this date. Because you can't be like, hey, here you go. I would like some help at some point, and then try and manage 50 people's schedules. So I'm going to pick a date for the 24-hour stream. I'll be sending invites to everybody I've ever talked to in my entire life, both on and off stream, ever. Like my school teachers or whatever, just begging people to please come on and help me stay alive. Please show the bottle label. Oh, yeah, here you go. Lafroig Quarter Cask. Get Drexel or we riot. What? You know what happened last time? Drexel's like, oh yeah, I got you. Hey, I'm gonna go. I'll be back in 20 minutes. 5 hours go by where he's sleeping. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so there's that. That's covered. I wanted to get that out there since we're talking celebration. Fabian Torres says, my first super chat. Hey, thank you. Just want to say thank you. No, thank you. Watching your videos and streams helped me get through late nights raising my son as a single father and many depressive moments. From one father to another, thank you. Hey, buddy. Single dads, man. It's a rough situation, but you're doing your kid a real service. I don't know your situation. I don't know why you're a single dad. Doesn't really matter. Hats off to you, buddy. Wait, I'm supposed to be just reading through these. Carnicle Blackburn says, drinking Southern Comfort Original, so smooth, also goes great with Barks root beer. On another note, the right's reaction to the next 4 years is going to be huge. They will wish they had Trump back. Yeah. Loreddit Silver member says, could you get the USPS to backdate the dead body so it fits in the window of the pardon? Yes, but only if you're Pennsylvania. Night of Hope says, congrats on raiding Wolfie Chew, by the way. That made my life, lol. Yeah, last night after Twitch, by the way, if you're not following me on Twitch, that's a fun thing we do after shows on either of these channels, is go to Twitch, either play video games or watch movies. The movies last night were premium quality, top shelf. We will be watching a movie tomorrow. We're going to watch Breakdown with Kurt Russell. But tonight will be the Adventures of Ranger Spencer on Skyrim. Ranger Spencer is on a mission to peacefully remove all the non-Nords from Skyrim. So, that's where you go. That's what happens. That's how you roleplay. Blaxploitation character says, damn, that's funky. Shadows King 101 says, I'm not going to call Marky fat, but you've never seen her and Jupiter on the same stream at the same time, have you? No, I was just reading what happens when two neutron stars circle each other. Kiwi goes live, says, I'll be sending those snacks later this week, but let me know when Minnesota stops cosplaying as Hoth, and I'll send you those hand-rolled Honduran cigars. Ooh, yum. Dat Boy O'Reilly, yeah, I'll probably do Warhammer mods when I finish this playthrough. I've never, ever finished a playthrough of Skyrim, and I'm determined to do it. I have to do it. But I will say that Red Guards make up approximately 13% of the population. That's all I'm saying. Ed Geens 38 Double D Sex Doll says, why do you guys always try to bring down chill streams with law shit? It can't wait a day. Shame for display, chat. It's fine by me. It's fine by me. Swords Mage says, I got banned from Discord today for simply being in a pro-Trump server. I probably posted 3 comments in it asking for updates. Email claimed that it was for posting content that promoted violence. Anyone know how reliable the appeal process is? Well, Swords Mage, here's my question to you. Let me answer your question with a question. Have you ever known a furry to be merciful? That's the answer. All right. Oh, wait, I missed this one from Kiwi. There's a pattern to the drinking. Michael Merkel says, when we getting the next comic book read? Oh, man, I don't know. That felt so weird. That was so awkward. Did you guys, did any of you, how many of you caught that comic book read yesterday? It felt strange. It felt strange. It's weird when you're like stuck here. Use Comixology, but then I have to pay them for something. Okay, you guys liked that? Oh, okay. I was hoping you'd all hate it. You all hated it. I would never do it again. Oh, that'd be great. Okay, Omega Blade says, does the power to pardon stop during when the articles are filed by the House or when the Senate votes? It's not clear. There's no clarity on this. And that's something I want to caution with on all of these political cases, and especially like when it came to election stuff, I tried to do this, and when it comes to impeachment stuff, I'm trying to do it too. This stuff, anyone telling you definitively that they know what will happen on this stuff in particular, like there isn't enough case law around it. These election lawsuits, like most of the people put in good guesses, right? Me, Barnes, Frey, Uncivil Law, Nate the lawyer, we all basically said the same things about most of these cases. They're probably going to get dismissed for lack of standing or something else. Even if we thought the legal theories in them were interesting, even if we thought maybe they should take the case, we still had that sort of, they're probably going to do this. But you don't actually know, because most of the legal commentary about Bush v. Gore said the same thing. Supreme Court's not going to step in. They can't step in. They won't do it. And then they did. With the impeachment stuff and with the election stuff, there isn't really a way to know what's going to happen because there's not enough case law to back up assured knowledge. You can present it confidently and then be like, ha, I knew all along. No one actually does. And so no one knows, like with the impeachment stuff, where the power of the pardon actually lies with this. And the crazy thing is, let's say this happens. Let's say Trump does pardon a rioter. Okay. We may not know whether or not his pardon was valid for another 6 years, 10 years. Something could happen where suddenly that felony is relevant to something else. And then they argue the pardon, and then the government chooses to argue against it because you got a different DOJ. And they're like, no. He wasn't validly pardoned. And then that goes through the district court, the appeals court, and then up to the Supreme Court. And then you might get an answer. Maybe. But so, this stuff it takes forever to evolve. I mean, that's a process that could be a decade out, in theory. So, it's weird. He should pardon Bill Clinton for sex trafficking across state lines. That would be great. Do that. I would do troll pardons all day. That's what I would do. Especially if they were treating me like they're treating Trump. Twilight Dragon 3 says, this impeachment is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Congrats on the 10,000 subscribers. Hey, thanks, buddy. Much appreciated. Bad Dragonite says, here's your dang cookie. Play Cyberpunk. Man, I just can't, care about Cyberpunk. I'm having trouble. Did you see the report from, some of the programmers basically saying that the demo from 2018 was a complete lie, and more of the publishers just lying about everything? And then CD Projekt Red's like, no, we didn't lie about that. We lied about the other stuff, but not that. Yeah, there's the question on the pardon. Should Trump pardon the Tiger King? Then he could go after that bitch Carol Baskin. Dragonite Flareon says, can you please explain that Vic hasn't lost the case until appeals have a decision made about them? Kick Vic idiots, namely Dominique, Sky, Law, Twitter, Ron, etc., keep saying he lost when appeals are still up in the air. Well, I mean, he did lose at the lower court. It's technically not resolved until all legal options are resolved. And it's an uphill fight in appeals, but the case is still going. I don't know who you want me to. If you're arguing, though, with Ron or Kick Vic or Dominique Sky or Law Twitter, that's like trying to talk your blender out of blending your hand. Don't do it. It's a waste of your time. But thank you for the super chat. Hey, what's up, Emish? How's it going, buddy? I see you, man. I'm gonna mod you so I see your chats. Thanks for the congrats. Yeah, I would just strongly advise against engaging with them, because that's how they thrive. That's the only engagement that they get on their stuff. Nobody cares what they have to say otherwise. So don't waste your time and anger on them, is my personal opinion. I pretty much stopped engaging with them for the most part. I mean, they still try from me with time to time, but yeah. AGK says, seeing you assemble yours, I'm inspired by you to make my own Raspberry Pi arcade cabinet. Also, T-Pain should pardon Hillary just to stoke the flames. Yeah, that would be funny. That's the troll move right there. Pardon Hillary Clinton for destroying government property. Bad Vibe says, it was like Chuck Norris. He was home with receipts, and someone that looked like him, look-alike, arrested, was at the Capitol. Social media and phone calls went viral. Oh, damn. Oh, okay, so it was a guy who looked like that guy, and someone reported him at the Capitol. But he wasn't there. He was home and can prove it. Yeah, I don't know. If he sues for defamation, we'll see. Problem is the news gets a big pass on just getting things wrong. Like, well, they got it wrong. But they shouldn't have. They're the news. But they did. How could they possibly be expected to get it right? That's actually the legal defense for the news in a lot of defamation stuff. How can we possibly be expected to get all the facts right? Don't forget that. That's their defense when they get called out. No, Sven Sorensen, he's not talking about the guy who looked like Chuck Norris. He's talking about a different guy in the same situation as the guy who looked like Chuck Norris. Oh, yeah, Bad Vibes, thank you. It's almost gone. It's almost gone. Kolfe 2A wannabe Hunan Muhammad says, is Ron Toye smarter than a 5th grader? Loved that one. Yes, that was a good one. I'm glad that was in the clip. Bad Dragonite says, looking forward to the inevitable 40K stream. It and the 24-hour one were both March 2019. Crazy how 2 years fly by. Yeah. Yeah. Whew. Bad Vibe says, might I suggest a few hours reserved for call-ins? Maybe. Maybe. Man, 2020 was just a mess of everything. Angry Baneling says, suggestion, 4 hours out of 24 with EVS. You know, if he wants to come on, he's welcome to. I always like talking to EVS. Heinrich Berndowski says, Uncivil Law had Louis Rossmann on his stream yesterday. You should consider inviting him over. He owns a computer repair business. Would be a fascinating guest. Yeah, I like Louis Rossmann. I agree with his position. The right to repair is critical. And owning hardware as a service. I know, like, I talked to that guy about software as a service or games as a service or whatever, but companies want us to own hardware as a service. It's going to be very soon where you're literally not legally allowed to repair your own car. Breck, you mentioned coming on. You think you're going to get out of saying that you'd come on to the 24-hour stream to tell DUI stories? I don't want you to write them down and have me tell them. I would much rather have you tell them. But I'm not talking about Tesla. I'm talking about everything. Every car has software in it that's proprietary now. Every single car. It's a matter of time before they start determining that you're not qualified to fix it. And you must go to a licensed fixer to do it. And the price on repairs will go through the roof. It's Louis? Oh, sorry. Louis Rossmann. Too used to the French. Could Trump pardon Biden for election fraud as a troll? Oh my God, someone emailed Trump immediately. Get me my Trump phone. Trump phone? Trump, you've got to pardon Biden for election fraud. Do it. Do it now. Oh, that'd be so funny. John Taylor says, today I celebrate my 40th birthday. John, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday to you. Ben Frail is having fun packing books and shifting furniture to start moving house tomorrow. My Facebook act seems to be Cactus. Congrats on 10,000 subs for the channel. Hey, thank you. Your Facebook, I guess it means account, seems to be Cactus. I don't know what that means. Biden, I don't have a red phone. I don't have one. Karn says, thanks again for the whiskey suggestions. Unfortunately, I have the reading comprehension of a 4th grader, and in a rush to grab my next bottle, I picked up Dalmore 15 instead of Balmore 15. Ha! Dalmore is a very respectable scotch. It's going to be good anyway. 15-year Dalmore would be great. I prefer the Dalmore cigar malt, and I'm overdue to get myself another bottle of it. So I'll probably be doing that soon. Phoenix Lord Asserman says, what handsome, intelligent, and charming space elf led you to that clip, Nick? At least give me some credit for ruining your day. Oh, was that one you? Because you sent me one and someone else sent me a different one. Oh, yeah, that was you. That was you. Friggin' knife ears. Just disgusting. Chief Beef says, what dat Keon do? Are you asking where Keon is? He is currently personally disposed and unable to do a stream right now. He did tell me he would let me know when he's able to do one again. King Crow says, Cacaw, the riot was bad, sure, but what are Fed U.S. citizens supposed to do to call BS on our government and their shenanigans lawfully? In closing, Cacaw. That's a good question. That's a good question because outside of actually entering the Capitol building, there was nothing wrong with the Capitol Hill protests. I mean, sure, there could have been some on and off violence or something like that. Any protest of any size is going to have something happen that is not, necessarily reflective of the crowd. But make no mistake, it didn't matter what happened on January 6th. I have to repeat this. People will make a big deal out of January 6th, and it is a big deal. I think that entering the Capitol building ultimately hurt Trump and really, really hurt the Republican Party. I think because it gave ammunition for Republicans to latch onto. All right? But it didn't matter if anyone entered the Capitol building. Nothing that happened, whatever happened on the 6th, was going to be sensationalized immediately. Like, that was the point. That was the prospect. It didn't matter what they ended up doing. Whatever it was going to be made into domestic terrorism. Guys, it's been domestic terrorism at every right-leaning protest that's happened in the past 3 years. Whether or not there was any sort of violence, it was called domestic terrorism for 3 years now. So whatever they did was going to be sensationalized to the absolute maximum. But by entering the Capitol building, they gave America and low information America an image to latch onto. And they gave Mitt Romney and Susan Collins and who's that gay idiot? Ben Sass, a thing to latch onto, to divide the Republican Party. And these dumb motherfuckers are falling for it hook, line, and sinker. Mitt Romney and Ben Sass and Susan Collins are just lapping up the idiocy. They don't see what is going on. They're like, oh, they're right. No, they're not. They're dishonest. They're dishonest, so they can't be right. If they were honest and could be right, they're not, because they're lying. They don't actually care. AOC doesn't care that people entered the Capitol. Any other day, if AOC wasn't there, if it was left-wing people, she would love for Antifa and Black Lives Matter to storm the Capitol building during a vote on a crime bill. She would love it. She would welcome them in. She would probably get naked and march with them. That's who she is. All of these people, the squad, is that. They are the violent mob. So for them to grandstand and pretend like they don't care is BS. It's over. It's a lie. They're dishonest brokers. The problem is we have people like Mitt Romney who are too brain dead to understand that. And they think they're dealing with honest people. You're not. You're not. And so you've got to stop, because their goal has been accomplished here by driving a wedge, not between Republicans and Democrats. That wedge is pretty big. It's between Republicans and other Republicans. They have to excise populism from the Republican Party because they want the populists back on the Democrat side. They're really, really threatened by the fact that Trump stole blue-collar workers from them. Unions have always been left, but union workers went right. And they're scared of that, so they've got to try and drive wedges. And then after they drive wedges, what do? What is Joe Biden's first proposal to come into office? What is it? Money. Spend big. Direct stimulus. Bigger than Trump's. Right? Over twice the size of Trump's stimulus. Doesn't matter that Trump was asking for $2,000. Trump only gave you $600. That's the narrative that's going to come. So, Papa Joe Biden, he's immediately proposing $1,400. Will it pass? Of course it's going to pass. Of course it's going to pass. And the buy-off begins on the working class. Going to buy them off with stimulus. They're going to buy off the lower class with an increased minimum wage. They're going to convince the working class that it's good. The effects of it's going to take longer, but it's going to get there. Do I think it will stay at 1,400? The first one. Oh, no, they're not going to stop at one stimulus. That's the plan. How do you get back the populists? You convince them that the last populist was bad, and you then try and buy them. That's the goal. And hope that images of a violent mob at the Capitol. By the way, 5 dead at the Capitol. 1 police officer from injuries sustained. I don't know the details of that. I do know that one of the dead was just a woman who got shot by a police officer. I don't know the details on the other 3. They've been kind of quiet on those, haven't they? It's because they're medical emergencies. Other medical emergencies. Here's the thing. So I don't know about you guys, but I worked at a stadium once. I was a volunteer at a stadium for a football game. And they talked about, the things that we had to do. I was like one of the usher guys who had to stand there during the football game and make sure people could get to their seats and stuff like that. Kind of point them where their rows were. But they said statistically, in a crowd of 60,000 people, you have at least 1 death in the crowd. So you've got 60. How many people at the Capitol? You're going to have a medical emergency. So football games, people fall down the stairs at a stadium. Someone has a heart attack. Any sort of thing. But in any crowd, 60,000, someone is statistically likely to die. There are a lot of people at the Capitol. So, I heard from a friend who was there. He said that there were, the people got packed in so tight at some places during the speech of, I don't know if it was Trump or Giuliani's speech, but people were packed in so tight that some people had passed out and medical personnel weren't able to get to them because it was such a tight crowd. Doug, you won't go to that stadium? It's all stadiums, man. It's all of them. It's at Disneyland. Someone probably dies at Disney just about every day. It's just how you go. Anyway. Superstitious Oblivious B says, make Angry Baneling a mod again. Hashtag MAGA. He didn't want to be a mod on this channel. Gelf Walker says, check your Discord DM and cry. Mwahaha. That's a lot of ramen, buddy. That's just a whole store of ramen. Look at all that ramen. You have Cock brand dried bean curd, though. Oh, I love ramen. It's delicious. I haven't been eating a lot of ramen lately. I've been doing rice bowls instead. Let's see. It was just packs of ramen at the store. Adam D. Hey, what's up, Adam? He says, Nick, thank you for being a rare voice for truth and reason. We need more people like you, serious people demonstrating critical thinking and encouraging independence from the cacophony of competing cults. Lucas Gerhard 2024. Yes. And that reminds me, I need to call Lucas's lawyer and talk to him. I need to chat with him. Because I haven't ever gotten to make the connection with him. We've emailed, but I gotta chat with him by phone. I would love to talk to him. There's still no justice for Lucas Gerhard. Angry Baneling, I did a ramen cooking stream. Actually, I did it so well that I cooked the entire meal without starting the stream. It was a huge bowl of ramen. And so then I made a second one. It was the Jack Daniels ramen. Diamond Tranquil, no. No, Lucas Gerhard is a kid who brought a gun to his college, which is legal and fully allowed, and he was arrested for a Snapchat. But Adam, thanks, buddy. Nice to chat with you. It's really good from the bottle. Yeah, Frederick Little, the cooking streams are for subscribers to Patreon, Subscribestar, or the channel. They're all still up. But yeah, and I try to do one a month. Not great at it. Not great at it. Just email me an amazing brief filed for Lucas. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Whatever happened with the Sophie Long case, it's wrapped up in a bunch of procedure and things are really confusing, so I haven't been following it as much. I got this lemonade for free today. It's Dole Lemonade. I got it free because I went to the store and they just were handing out lemonade. Oh, it says to shake well before enjoying. I didn't do that. Uh-oh. Billy the Kid Lawrence. We're in bottle finishing mode. Tim Christ says, I know a guy that has been plugging your channel. He hosts a program called The Waiting Room. It's designed as a sitting spot while you wait for other streamers. Hashtag geeks enjoy nerd erotica. Really? There's a pre-stream stream for the internet? That's amazing. What happens there? Like, is someone there talking, or is it just music, or what is it? I'm fascinated by that. I'm glad he did that. And by the way, I did see someone say to that ranting monkey said thank you for the raid. I connected with him on Twitter. I'll probably have him on for a show soon. Jim posted the Jim getting sued by Monograph stream. Oh, that was good times. Good times. Billy the Kid Lawrence says, guess who must attend the 24-hour stream? Shane, Mad Black, Duchette, Arms Girl, Legal Eagle, Maddox, Romeo Lacoste, Russell Greer, Preston Poulter, PPP, Ron Toye, Jason Youngbluth, and Perfection each must have an interview with Drexel. Oh, no. Cheers to you, Billy the Kid Lawrence. Oh, I forgot how that stuff went down. It's very good, but it was just surprising after the Lafroig. That's a dramatic shift in whiskey from like road tar and smoke to toasted coconut and liquor. Oh. Ah. Breathing out like candy. Oof. Kidda says the Women's March sent 1,000 plus people into the same building in 2018 and shut it down. DNC cheered. Yeah, but they weren't violent. They're women. And if they were violent, they were confident they could overpower them. See also Kavanaugh, Antifa riots in D.C., Rose Garden speech where Antifa assaulted congressmen, etc. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm fully aware of the hypocrisy. Fully aware. Did Ranting Monkey say how much of your Twitch stream he watched? No. No. Crusader Saracen says, hardware as a service is already how John Deere afflicts farmers with their tractors. Farmers literally cannot fix their own tractors, and many can't afford John Deere's BS prices. So they resort to hiring computer hackers in the Ukraine for repairs. Yes. Yes, they do. They already do that. It's their GPS technology and their navigation, if I'm not mistaken. Crusader Saracen says, lefties like to compare January 6th to Hitler's beer hall putsch, but really it's proving to be the Reichstag fire, a relatively minor vandalism incident used to grab emergency powers and go after your enemies. And in this analogy, the left is Hitler. Isn't that every analogy? I think. SD0, what is that Egyptian code that you put in? I don't know what that means. Nunya Biz says, remember when people had heart attacks watching Avatar in theaters? Why is James Cameron still walking free? You know, that's just a good question in general. He has several crimes against humanity, and he should be imprisoned in Guantanamo Bay anyway. Ulashed1 says 2021 is off to a great start. Did you hear the story about people getting their dicks held hostage by hackers? I nearly died of laughter. I did! Yes! Yes, I did. Oh, it made me so happy. It made me so happy to see that. SD0, what are you sending? What are these codes? How did I miss these codes? I don't know what they are. Let's if you guys, I think need the Nicolas Cage story. Hold on. Let me get it pulled up here. Give me a second. Oh, cool. That's not what I want, though. Get rid of... that. That one? Nope. That one. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay. We got this little news story. Your cock is mine now. Hacker locks internet-connected chastity cage, demands ransom. Turns out giving an internet-connected device control of your penis may not be the best idea ever. So, if you don't know, there's a cellmate. This is a dick jail for your fetish about being dominated. So if you are a sub who is a man, you can put your penis in a dick jail, and then it can only be unlocked by your cell phone. So that your mistress can peg you and you can't like get an erection from it or something. I don't know why anybody does anything that they do, but this is what they have. A hacker took control of people's internet-connected chastity cages and demanded a ransom to be paid in Bitcoin to unlock it. Your cock is mine now, the hacker told one of the victims, according to a screenshot of the conversation obtained by a security researcher that goes by the name Smelly. Hyperventilating, hold on. His name is Smelly. And is the founder of VX Underground, a website that collects malware samples. In October of last year, security researchers found that the manufacturer of an Internet of Things chastity cage, a sex toy that users put around their penis to prevent erections. You're gonna run out of them eventually. Don't waste them. And is used in the BDSM community and can be unlocked remotely. Had left an API exposed, giving malicious hackers a chance to take control of the devices. That's exactly what happened. According to a security researcher who obtained screenshots of conversations between the hacker and several victims, and according to victims interviewed by Motherboard. A victim who asked to be identified only as Robert said that he received a message from a hacker demanding a payment of 0.02 Bitcoin, around $750 today, to unlock the device. He realized his cage was definitely locked and that he could not gain access to it. Fortunately, I didn't have this locked on myself while this happened, Robert said in an online chat. Ah. Do you know of any similar security... blah, 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 blah. I wasn't the owner of the cage anymore. Oh! Oh, no. My day is ruined. No. Ew. Ew. Master Blaster. Says, hey, Nick, was just celebrating my birthday and I'm tired of hearing about all these Twitch streams, so I dug through a couple alternate email to find my login info so I could watch tonight. Just wanted to say thanks. Hey, Master Blaster, welcome. I'll be glad to add you as a Twitch follower. Wait, someone in chat knows about this? Who, Meow Day? What do you mean they know about this? Thank you, Master Blaster. It's very much appreciated. Geeks enjoy Nerdrotica. Hey, what's up? Says, thank you for the shout out anytime, Arcade. I love what you do. Always welcome at the waiting room. What do you guys do at the waiting room? Someone bloody random. Oh man, how much do you know about this? Have you had your penis locked up in a cage? You own one? Is it for you or is it for someone else? Like, do you lock your own wiener up or someone else's? I'm fascinated. Do you want to call into a Drex show sometime? Wait, was yours firsthand though? You didn't buy it used, right? Like you bought a new one. Would you buy a used one? These are the things I don't understand. You gotta let me know, man. If you would want to call in, nah, he'll just take the piss. Well, you got it new. Okay, at least that happened. I don't know, man. My dick needs to be free. It looked at me like Kunta Kinte and said, "You make free." Or whatever. I couldn't put it in chains. I can't do it. Okay. Are they impossible? When is Drex next due to be on? I think next week. Honestly, email me. It'd be funny. I don't think you'll shame me at all. Just have questions. Many questions. Like, can't you get it off? Like, what? How does... I don't understand. I don't understand how it works. Okay. I wasn't the owner of the cage anymore, so I don't have full control over the cage at any given moment. I just mixed up Roots and Amistad. Now I'm really a racist. Another victim who goes by the name RJ told Motherboard in an online chat. RJ said he got a message from the hacker who said they had control of the cage and wanted payment to unlock it. These hacks show once again that just because you can connect something to the internet, it doesn't mean you have to. Especially if you then don't take care of securing the device or its connection. It's incidents like these that make some people think the Internet of Things is just a marketing term for the Internet of Hackable Things, as we call it, or even the Internet of Shit, as others call it. Let's see. It's easy to take off. It's not secure at all. Well, that's good news. Yeah, I started reading Roots on the other stream. That was good. Kiwi, the China-based manufacturer of the device, which is aptly called Cellmate, did not respond to a request for comment. A U.S. distributor said in an email that the flaw that allowed the hacker to lock the victim's cages was fixed in the latest version of the app. Alex Lomas, a security reacher at Pinterest Partners, who audited the Cellmate device, confirmed that some users received the extortion messages and said this highlights the need for better security practices. Almost every company and product is going to have some kind of vulnerability. But if you can just pull your wiener out, then I don't understand like what the deal is. And like I'm looking at this thing and I don't know how it could lock you in. So I'll email you later on. Working on things at the moment. Depends on how much booze I want to drink after I can be asked to talk to Drex. Oh, well, I think it'd be fun, but no pressure, man. No pressure. I'm not gonna understand locking down your penis in a cage, but that's up to you. Bad Dragonite says net connected vibrating panties get hacked. Cybercuck 2020. Well, see, that's the thing. Anything else like the Wii vibes or whatever, you know, the OnlyFans chicks have the love ends or whatever that is. Like that, hacking those things, that's just like, I mean, that's just a bonus, I think. They're like, pay me Bitcoin or I'll make it shake. Hold on, let me put it in. Automata says, Kunta, no, Rackets, don't do Black Dong. Michael Merkel says, should ask Drex about these cages. Would love to hear his thoughts. Ask Geeks Enjoy Nerdrotica about Project Prometheus. It comes in pink. Oh, shit. Hold on, I'm trying to scroll up. I didn't see. Geeks respond. Okay. Unless you hack them and overclock them so they melt. Yeah, there you go. What's Project Prometheus? Geeks Enjoy Nerdrotica. What is this? Embalmed, what do you mean it doesn't have a pink tail coming out of it? I thought all of them had that. Okay. James Valdez says, Trump should pardon every American citizen and become modern-day Christ. That would be really interesting. Pardon everybody convicted of federal crimes except the death row inmates. Let all the federal executions commence. By the way, Joe Biden's going to stop all federal executions, apparently. Which, I'm going to say two things on that. One, I agree. I am opposed to the federal government being able to execute people, not because I think they are morally unable to or that they are legally unable to, but I just find them to be incompetent. Although I will say that the 13 people recently executed, every one of them deserved it. Prometheus is my project for a true public forum. That is my main goal for my LDG Pixels channel. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah. The problem I have with Joe Biden pardoning everybody is I don't think he's doing it on any sort of principled stand. I don't think he's doing it with, it's just a pander. Angry Baneling says, Fudas with balls should be caged. Hashtag no balls squad. And Biden, the cold one, says hashtag no balls. Rude. Both of you rude. Hunter is getting pardoned. Trump should pardon Hunter Biden. Might as well. Never gonna get prosecuted. Just pardon him anyway. Oh, by the way, Joe, I'm on the way out. I'm leaving office. You've never seen an office so beautiful as when I left it. When I left this office, it was pristine, way better than when I came in. Have you seen Obama? You probably remember. Filthy guy, disgusting. Lots of mess, crap all over the desk, disgusting. Left fingerprints everywhere. Me, nothing. Pristine. Everything wiped down. Perfect, Joe. By the way, I left a paper on your desk. It was my pardon for Hunter. It's signed, of course, by Donald Trump. Terrific. Try signing better than that. You can't do it. Biden the Coleman says, you're right. Why did I question why you sound angry when you address me? I don't know. It's probably because you advocate for the no balls, which is just weird to me. You know what I really like that Trump does? When he really enunciates something illegal. Like you can see his mouth just open like 3 times more than he needs to. Immaculate. Most of the time, you know, it's very casual, very, very simple, but sometimes he has to enunciate, and it's terrific. China. Wrong. The John Beck says, lol, so funny. Do Trump as Kermit? I don't know how, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know, what's it mean? What does it mean? Oh my gosh. Do you realize how, like, uninteresting a Joe Biden presidency is going to be? It's not going to be funny. It's just going to be depressing. Say Trump things with Kermit voice. Look, they say I've got a big brain. Nobody's got a brain like mine. You've never seen a brain work this hard. Have you ever seen anybody so brainy as me? No, I've got the best words. Really tremendous, fantastic words. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird to do that. I don't get it. It's gonna be short. Let's see. Can you do a Biden voice? I don't know. I'd have to listen to him a lot. Akikama says, I gotta get Golf Story on the Switch. I'll love it. Okay. What's Golf Story? Turd Ferguson, don't quote Big Trouble in Little China and me. Don't do it. Gonna learn how to do Biden voice? You'll be doing it for 4 years. Excuse me, I believe you mean Kamala Harris. Come on, man. A woman. Vagrant Theta says, these tips are stripper tips for lost planning. Wait, what? Kill notes. Ranger Spencer on Skyrim tonight on Twitch. So. Prometheus can free the internet for us, or it will take us over like Skynet. It depends on what sci-fi you watch. Resistance is futile from behind. One question is, what will the news media do now that they don't need to put 10 minutes a day about things Trump has said or done? Oh, they're going to hit Trump. Delaying the Trump impeachment for 100 days is a buy-off to the media. Make no mistake. Delaying Trump's impeachment for 100 days is a buy-off to the media. That's it. If you really want to know why they're delaying Trump's trial for 100 days, there's no other reason. Oh, well, they need to get Joe Biden's immediate emergency appointments in. No, they fucking don't. No, they don't. And of course, it's really simple to split the attention of the Senate into having appointments for judges and all that shit going on in his cabinet. That's fine. And then to do the Trump Senate trial. It's going to take 83 days or 21 days. No, it's not going to take 21 days. It's not. They'll be doing it for that long, but it's not going to take that much time. It's all theater. It's all show. Guys, tell me, in a work day, could you hear 4 hours of witness testimony and then do 4 hours of votes on other stuff? Of course you could. Of course you could. Takashi Taylor says, congrats on 10,000 subs, Nick. Cheers. Hey, thanks, buddy. Much appreciated. No one important says, now imagine Battle Royale, but instead of neck bombs, they have those rigged to explode. That would be a very short movie, or it'd be a XXX movie. You mean the dick cages? Did I see CNN canceled their airport feed? What channel do I think will replace it? Hopefully One American News. God, wouldn't that be funny if One American News just paid a shitload of money and took over the airport broadcast? I don't think it'll happen, but it'd be the funniest thing I could imagine. Just all day, One American News Network. They're about to explode, by the way. Bad Dragonite says that one favorite line in Cyberpunk so far is having a battle mode in a cab even legal. The British AI driving the car. Of course, it's completely legal. The Second Amendment says so. Have you seen Crowbcats? No. Did you already talk about the checkmarks and media reaction to Parler being hosted by a Russian corp? No. I didn't talk about that. I'm going to probably talk about that on tomorrow's show. We're going to go through the Brian Stetler nonsense about why they're so scared of YouTube. Why they want dissent suppressed. I just want to send that. I want to send that clip to everyone I know personally that says they support free speech, but they also, they're like, well, it's fine that Parler's getting deplatformed or whatever. I want to send that clip to every one of them and say, replace guy on YouTube with me. Because that's who they're talking about. They're not talking about me personally. They're talking about me and what I do. CNN doesn't want me doing legal analysis. CNN doesn't want, some asshole in Minnesota making jokes about the news. They don't want that. They don't want me. They don't want, Quartering. They don't want Crowder. They don't want anybody. They don't want Flash covering entertainment. They hate us. They hate people like us. Because we're just relatively normal. We don't live in an ivory tower. We didn't go to Harvard or whatever dumb school of journalism that they went to. They can't countenance the idea of independent people doing it. They don't even care who it is. It's not them. That's what bothers them. Because they're right. They're fucking right. Johnny Apocalypse, don't get me started on revoking the Harvard degree. They're going to go after Kaylee McKinney's Harvard degree. Try and get that revoked. They're going after all of the all conservative Harvard degree earners. That's what they're going after. Republicans shouldn't be allowed to have their degrees that they worked for and paid for. Come on now. Come on now. Giving RIP to Finn Frog? What happened? Oh. You got yeeted. Welcome, Finn Frog 3. Certainly not related to Finn Frog 1 or 2. Tim Christ. Tim, did you see my Blood Angels Darkness in the Blood box set I showed the other day? Yesterday, I think. 2 days ago? I don't even remember. Oh, gosh. Do I have any nerdy stuff to explore today? I don't even know. No publishing traders. What's the art on my shirt? It's the Puppet Master art. This is me puppeteering Ty Beard, puppeteering me. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was the brilliant Law Twitter and Kick Vic theory that I was running the case for Ty, but Ty told me what to do. They couldn't decide if I or Ty was in charge, so they made both of us in charge at the same time. I don't know if they're still for sale. I didn't sell them. Another guy was selling them, and he was donating part of the proceeds to Vic's thing. I don't have the information handy. Third drink, Booker's Bourbon Gold Rush. Fantastic. Nice. I'm almost done with this Angel's Envy Rye. Just a little bit. I got to clear out some of the bottles. My whiskey barrel's getting full. An insider on the internet. Yeah, you mentioned Nick K's Warhammer art. I'll have to check it out. Let's see. What else did I have today to talk about? Oh, I got this guy cleaned up. I'm going to prime him so I can do a painting stream with Az. I brushed him down with soap. He loved it. Like, lather me, daddy. Ham and beans, thank you. Ham and beans, okay. Okay, I got it. Well done. Well done. Do I still practice law or do I just do YouTube and Twitch? I have a very limited practice. And I don't really charge the people I represent. Because I do YouTube and Twitch and prefer that. So YouTube and Twitch pays for a limited pro bono practice for a few people. But I really don't want to sit and practice law for the most part. I'd much rather do this. It's way more fun. Way more fun. And I don't have to bill people. Get Papa Gundam on? Yeah, he indicated that he might be willing to come on in some stream, I think, when someone asked him the question. So I would love to talk to him. I think he's great. It's always a matter of finding a subject, not just manufacturing a subject. Oh, you found me through Viva and Barnes? That's cool. I like those guys. Welcome, by the way, Stephen Crater. Welcome. No, I try not to practice because it's stressful. It's time consuming. And it's much more fun to drink whiskey and just hang out and talk on YouTube. YouTube and Twitch pay me enough for me to pay my bills? Yeah. Yeah, I make quite a good living. I still do CLE though, right? Ready's the message to have law Twitter to have them to get... yeah, I have to. I think I have to turn them in this year. So I have to do a bunch of CLEs this year. Nerniath, Arnoidad. I don't know. I don't know if Ty is feeling better or not. He's popped in a couple times recently on the chat. I got to talk to him and see if he'd be up for doing a show. I would love to talk about the NRA bankruptcy. If you consider getting a hold of one of the YouTubers that makes 3D sculptures and collab, like they make it and you paint it, there's a few good ones. I mean, I could, but they're way better painters than me. Did you ever get up with Amazing Lucas? I have his number. I gotta text him. Are your short videos staying monetized? Yeah, all except for the only one of my recent short videos that wasn't monetized was my War on America video, or America at War video, covering the DC protests, because they said I showed graphic violence, which wasn't true. I was really, really pissed off about that, actually. Yeah, my short videos are all monetized. They're doing just fine. The explosive views that happened a while back have slowed down dramatically on them, but they still make decent enough money. Eagle Bear says Amazing Lucas sucks. Damn. Wow. Why don't you like Lucas? GK1, I've done like 3 painting streams with Az. He taught me how to paint. They're great. I love them. We always have fun and make fun of people. Amazing Lucas went to the dark side? Dark side of what? What happened? Yeah, Angry Baneling. I love YouTube Premium on the streaming shows because the playbacks, even the playbacks on those are almost always demonetized. But I get YouTube Red revenue from it. But yeah, for the short videos, YouTube Red revenue is terrible. Terrible. He fell out with almost everyone after George Floyd. Oh, did he say that basically, like, that the killing was wrong or whatever? Danny Galaxy. You just got to do it, buddy. You just got to paint. It's easier than you think. Hold on. So, Danny Galaxy, here's my first paint job. Oh, shit. I gotta... Oh, I'll do it here. Hold on. Da, 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 da. I've got this cool thing. Yeah, Neff, I know. Just chill. I gotta find the right thing here. There it is. I can't see how this is playing out. Ah! Oh, that's blurry as hell. Why didn't you guys tell me? Hold on. Can I turn on autofocus on this? I think I can. Focus. That's not focused. All right, let's try this. Where is it? This is terrible. Okay, this isn't working at all. Never mind. We're gonna go back to this, and I'll change the focus on this one. Okay. This is my first paint job. And you can see my paints were not thin enough. Long story short. But it's not terrible. Paint's not thin enough. But that's that. Now, here's my second one. Here's the thing. Come on. There we go. My second one, much better. Smoother lines. I gotta be able to see what's on the camera here. Much cleaner colors. Crispy cape. Look at that. Oh yeah. I love that cape. That's just my second model, man. You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. You paint it the first time. You kind of learn about like thinning paints and cleaning things up. It really matters if you wash the models, if you sand them down a little bit. Not like sand them, but if you file away the edges, you make sure your primer isn't too thick, all that stuff. Yeah, I still got to fix the platforms they're on, and I got to paint them and add like little grass and shit like that. But honestly, it's honestly a matter of doing it. Because for years I never painted them because my hands shake. Look at my thumb. They shake. My hands shake. When I grip a paintbrush, they shake. And I can still paint okay. It just takes a little time and patience and do it. Just paint them. It's also really, really refreshing. Oh, I painted another figure with Lady Rackets and I painted these guys. They're for a game. They're from a Cthulhu board game. I don't remember who painted which one. We painted these guys. So, same thing. Very, very similar paint jobs, obviously. They're cultists. But, yeah. I think I was this one over here. And she was this one. And I think I can tell in the shading. But, that was her first painted figure. It's way easier than it looks. But just paint them. They're fun. Yeah, actually, this is, if you don't know, this is famous Senator Robert Byrd. Right here. And what he's actually shouting is miscegenation. That's him. And this is Bill Clinton's dad. Right here. Shouting purity of the whites. That's who those are. Those are the models that I painted. So it's a strange time. Look, I don't know. I'm just doing a game of celebrated Democrats. I have Lady Killer Ted Kennedy in there as well. He's always driving an old, like, a big giant car. But it's full of water. I don't understand. Let's see. Bad Vibe says, ooh, Trump pardons certain election officials of election fraud. You know. Yep. Angry Baneling says, can Trump force From Software to show more Elden Ring? No. No, he can't. Put Ted in an orc buggy. Still painting your big marine as a soul drinker? I decided to go with Astral Knights for mine. Yeah, I painted his backpack. Here's his backpack. I've got to reprime him, but his backpack's done. Here. And I painted his bolter too. Here's his bolter that I did. So, yeah. The hard part about these is that the paint doesn't the paint can scratch off because it doesn't bond as well with the plastic. So, can the Dominion software play Skyrim? It can, but it always votes Imperial. How heavy did you go with the Nuln Oil? I didn't use any Nuln Oil on the Soul Drinker at all. GK1, no, that is primered. I primered it. It's still it's the plastic on it is crappy in general. I didn't use a clear coat on the gun. I used it on the whatchamacallit, the backpack though. Give Master Timmer a trial wrench. Why? Why would I do that? Bed Bath & Beyond is refusing to sell MyPillow products. Yeah, Mike Lindell, man. That guy went full in. He went balls deep. Oblivion is not the best Elder Scrolls game. Morrowind and Daggerfall are both better, in my opinion. Sheila Alien says, typing sloppy in bed. Oh, Sheila. Don't do that to yourself. Don't make in-bed references in this chat. What are you doing? Why would you do this? Why? You have so much to live for. What primer do I use? I use Citadel primer. Karkarodon's Astra player here, because we can all relate to being hangry and using our enemies as snacks. Yes. Very good. Do I spray or brush on primer? Spray. I have a couple different spray primers. I'll eventually get an airbrush, but I don't have a lot of time to paint, so I pretty much only paint on stream with Az. Do I use the Games Workshop contrast paints? No. I have a mix of Citadel paints, not the contrast kind. And I also have the Army Painter, a giant set of Army Painter paints, and they're not contrast paints either. Airbrush is nice because once you get over the learning curve, airbrush helps you work more efficient. I've seen I've been watching some paint channels, and like what they're able to do with an airbrush is just crazy. Now I realize that I won't be able to do that, but it's just the ability to spray the paint on really quickly, make nice even coats. You can get some cool gradient effects with an airbrush that are really, really hard to do with a regular brush. That's why I would like one. But yeah. I got to get some art tips from some artists I know. I know some like ridiculous artists across several mediums. It's like I need them to just teach me everything they know. It's like, can you distill your entire life's work down into a couple minutes for me? Can we do that, please? Airbrushing is a skill and an art that takes years to learn. Don't you discourage me. Congrats on 10K, really. I do have to run, but I do free tech support on LDG Pixels channel. If you ever need anything, I would be honored. Take care and be well. Keep it flowing, chat. Hey, geeks, yeah, send me a DM or something so we can chat. I'd love to. Why not try Skillshare? What the hell's Skillshare? Send each one a mini and showcase what they produce? Neff, you're fucking brilliant. I think Skillshare actually sent me a thing like when I first started my channel and started getting some attention. I think Skillshare reached out to me, in all honesty. I wonder if I still have those emails where they're like, we do education on YouTube. Would you like to educate people on YouTube? Nah. Mikhail Johansson, just for you, I'm ripping this shirt off. Thanks, geeks. Enjoy Nerdrotica. Have a good night, buddy. Start spitballing names for a showcase segment. What, of like different artists? If I could convince them to do it, well, I'd send one to Doug. I'd send one to EVS because they're arts. I'd send one to Dan Fraga because he's an art. But you guys know these guys. The guy I really, really would want to see do a mini, in all honesty, is this guy named Gary Welton. You guys probably have never heard of Gary Welton, but I have one of his pieces right here. So, this is a Gary Welton piece. It's going to get a lot of glare from because it's glass frame. Anyway, I can't get you to appreciate it through a webcam. But, so I'll tell you what it is. It's less abstract than you think. It looks very abstract, yes. And this one is one of his more abstract pieces. But what Gary does is he paints one dancer as she dances. But he paints her in different movement poses across the page. And he doesn't just do dancers. He actually, again, this is a very limited piece of his work. And I got it because I liked it. So wow. Here. So the symbols on here are actually dancing shorthand, because dancers, like ballet dancers, they have a score, like a musical score, and they write these fucking kanji all over them, basically, and they have a language of movement that's expressed in line art on a staff, like a musical score, like I said. So he painted that over the top of some of the dancers that he painted. That's what I like. That's just a one-off of Gary, though. What Gary does that's amazing is he makes colors that change as you look at them in different positions, different lights, like they change constantly. His whole painting philosophy is about movement. And so when he paints like one dancer moving across a page, or one football player moving across a field, or a boat in several different positions, it ends up looking abstract until you start like actually looking at the pieces. And some of them are very abstract and others are very concrete. And he has a whole different range of it. But the thing I think he would do really crazy is an awesome set of coloration on the minis. Gary can also, he can also paint realistically. Like he can do that all day, but that's not what he does mainly. Gary Welton, Numufu. He's great. He's also a whiskey aficionado, and I'm hoping in springtime to have him out to my house to do some skeet shooting. So I'm hoping that we can do some streaming and have him hang out, and we'll do some trap shooting and then drink some whiskey and chat with the stream a little bit. But no, the things that he does with colors and here, I'll put it in the chat. His name is Gary Welton. Will I dance for him? No. Here, anyway. So this is my guy, my dude Gary. He's great. I love hanging out and talking to this guy. I'll show you. That's not it. That's a bunch of books. Here we go. Here's Gary. So this is a huge painting. This is him here. This is him by this painting. This is at a different artist's house. This is at the house of a guy named Bill Mack, who's also a phenomenal artist. I don't know if I could convince these guys to do what I'm talking about. But if I could, like what... let's see. Oh, I shouldn't put the nudes up. So these are his like movement paintings that he does. He used different mediums, like he'll paint on canvas or on burlap or on paint on mirrors. These are all pretty abstract. But trust me, many of you would take Gary's life in a heartbeat. This man paints dancers. That's what he does. He's great. He also he did a bunch of he did a bunch of pictures for the Viking Stadium, Minnesota Viking Stadium. Let me see if I can find those without pulling up nudes on accident. Sports. Okay, so here's the ones he did for some of the... These are like the ones he did for football. Just a second. And I know this is sports ball, but basically, so he laid football players over these plays and stuff like that. He has a whole like line of these at the football stadium. They paid him a ton of money, I bet, for them. But you can't see them at the stadium because they're on like the club level. So if you just go into the Minnesota Stadium, you can't actually see the pictures that he did. He did something like 60 of them for them. But anyway, it's all about movement and moving. Usually his thing shows the same figures. But that being said, it's hard to convey what the colors do over a screen. That's the other part of it. That's why I think he'd be amazing at painting a mini, because his colors change in different light, and he mixes his own paint in a way that with different mediums that I don't know. He won't tell me what they do. So he's awesome. I hope to have him on the springtime when it warms up. Commission him for a mini? Oh, buddy. Gary costs a lot of money. He makes very let's just say he makes a lot of money on his paintings. I don't know what a commission of a mini would cost. I'll ask him. What would be cheaper, Gary or any gay furry porn person? I'm pretty sure any gay furry porn person would be cheaper than a Gary commission. I'd pay him to paint a mini though. I'd get like a dreadnought or something big to paint him. Or for him to paint. Lido Enchanted, yeah. I'm sure about that. And yes, I know how much the furry porn artist costs. I don't know if you remember, but I had streams with Bonitis. I'm well aware of how lucrative furry porn art is. I do know a gay furry artist, yeah. Technically, I think he's bi, but yes. But, any amount is too much. How lucrative is it? His paintings routinely sell for 5 figures, and the range of 5 figures goes well up depending on the size of the painting. You get a painter for Comicsgate crowd Rosetta Allen to do one for you. I don't mean he's gay. I mean his art is gay. Who are you talking about, Death Trout? Do a watch party for the movie Society. I want to see your face when a certain scene happens. Is it on Prime? Ampathos guy, yes, you're a furry. Quacky Boy says, just bought my first PC and saw you celebrating 10K, so I figured I'd throw you some appreciation since I'm in such good spirits. Hope you keep growing. Your first PC? Wait. What have you been doing with your whole life? What do you mean? Quacky Boy, you don't have to super chat me. Just tag me. How have you not had a PC your entire life? Society's on Prime? Okay. All furry art is gay. Okay, yeah, I'm not disputing this. These are facts. You're true. Very true. See, you guys got to realize that when I grew up, you didn't have smartphones or anything. So, like, the PC was your gateway to the internet and entertainment. So I had PCs. I had a computer almost. I mean, I had a Nintendo. Then I had a Super Nintendo. And then I had a PlayStation. It was while I had a PlayStation and an Xbox that I bought my first PC. Or my first computer in general. Furry art may be gay, but damn, do they make a lot of money. Seriously makes me think I sell the wrong art. You do. Yeah. If you're not drawing a dog penis penetrating someone, then you're not doing your art correctly. Do you remember those transparent Xboxes? No. Digital Zero says, "Grats for Kata Media. By the way, the baby was born healthy and happy. She's now 2 months old. Thanks for the prayers." Yes! God, I love hearing about babies living. You have no idea. No idea how much I hate hearing about babies not living. And how much I love hearing about babies living. It's honestly my favorite thing. So good job. An insider on the internet? Yeah, send me art or a shirt. I'll show it on the show. AGK says, "If you don't mind, would you be willing to pull up any Leonid Aphromove painting? Total opposite to Gary, in that his motif is the vibrancy of color rather than the movement of the subject." Yeah, I don't mind. What's his name? Leonid Aphromove. Oh, okay. Yeah, this guy. Okay, I get it. I get it. Very bright colors. Here's Leonid Aphromove. Very cool. I like these. Do I keep pulling up the same one? This one's different. Where did it go? Where did it go? That's tiny. There we go. Gotcha. Yeah, I like this. I like this style. It's neat. It's muted on detail, but yeah, the color. What I really like, this is what I really like here. Honestly, my favorite part of this piece. Here's a stoplight. I guess. Maybe it's not a stoplight. Maybe it's just a street light, but I'm taking it as a stoplight, but there's only one thing because you can only see that color. I think that's cool. And it's almost like a shout out to Peter Max here with the umbrella guy. Everybody's got a fucking umbrella. Oh, I like the reflection in the rainy street. That's cool. That's cool. Did I see your chat, Bad Dragon Knight? Oh, no! Found a vid of your boy. Put it in racket streaming. And Gelth Walker says, "I'll start the griff for the airbrushing gear." Okay. You don't have to do that. Where is it? Racket streaming. Gary Welton. Yeah. Can I pull this up? It's 6 minutes. Here, let's take a peek at Gary. Let's take a look at Gary. Here we go. Oh, I have it muted. Really loud.
I think that the dance is a universal language. It might have even come about before speaking. So had people like Edward Muybridge, who was a photographer that studied motion.
Okay, he's talking too much.
Come from one dancer model, the motion.
So okay, here this is his philosophy.
My paintings come from one dancer model. Sometimes people look at it and think, well, you had 3 dancer models, but rarely is that the case. I mean, one is complicated enough, particularly when he or she is moving around. So it's usually a succession of movement by the one dancer model. And there's another nice one.
So this is what Gary does.
I call my work abstract figurative. I do like the abstract, and I do like
it's too quiet now.
The more figurative, more realistic work. Somehow I want it to be in between, a little bit of each. To me, that's where the life is. Looks good. A good start.
Listen to this music, yeah!
Speed of the dance.
Get it!
Speed of the movement is a direct connection between the abstract quality or the realistic quality of the work. The faster the model moves, the more abstract the work is. And the slower she moves, the more realistic it is. If the dancer is moving
You thought
quickly,
strippers? No.
I have to work very quickly.
Typically ballerinas.
And I have to find my way through the maze. Basically, there's a series of marks that get made on the canvas. It has very little thought at that point. The thought comes later in the resolution of the work. I like to find that kind of balance between the abstraction and the real.
All right, that's enough. Anyway, not to sit here and wax Gary Welton, but he's a good dude. I really like him. His art's fantastic, and he's made a very good life for himself. But again, it's what the colors do. That's what he's working with now, is the different colors. But anyway, I would love to see him paint a mini. I'll send him a thing. I'll be like, hey man, can I get you to do this? Can I get you to paint me a mini? And I'll send him some examples. I appreciate Welton's grift. What? Look, art gotta respect art. Eagle Bearer, abstract painting isn't an easy way to make money. And if you want proof, ask any abstract painter who tries it. Here is the 12-year peg leg porker. We're in refined whiskey mode right now. Nick to him, draw me like your French girls. No. Yes. Yes. You're going to do it? I bet you $5,000 I could sell an abstract painting by the end of the year for more than $10,000. No, thanks. I'm not going to take that bet. But you should try it. do it. Sell an abstract painting by the end of the year for more than $10,000. I'll send you $100 if you do it. Listen, it's not a grift if I give you $5,000, but it's a grift if I give you 100. Digital Zero says, having some JB Blue in your honor, buddy. Cheers to you. Whiskey from different bottles is so weird. When you switch bottles, it's just wrong. An insider on the internet says, no, abstract art is hard to sell. There are fundamentals you have to know. Their theory, there's a lot. Your dude has an interesting process. Yeah. It's look, I used to shit all over abstract art, and I still do in a lot of cases, but it's not as simple as it seems. Wow, you're cringe. I'll take it. I'll take cringe all day. You need to start an infinity bottle for your bourbon. Joe Biden has a new name, Amnesty Joe. He's promising amnesty to all who can show they were in the U.S. since January 1st. Come on, man. Just send me your things about stuff. And I'll maybe, well, you know, the stuff. And the immigration or whatever. Come on. Ampathos guy, I really love realistic art as well. Another person, I don't know if I could get her to paint one. Another person I would love to have paint a mini is this chick Akian. While we're doing an art stream, well, fuck. Let me see if I can find some Akian work. I've showed her stuff before. She actually has a really famous painting, but here's an Akian painting. Here. I love her work is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. That's a painting, yeah. And actually, this painting is really, like, the story behind this painting is really cool. Because I think it's called 16 Souls. If I'm not mistaken. She painted this. There's a time-lapse video of her doing it. She repainted his face, like, 16 times. Here she is. This is Akian. She's great. Super nice. Like one of the sweetest people. Let's see. Here's one of her. She painted. If you guys are familiar with the kid that died and said he went to heaven, came back. The Jesus is for Real book. She painted the picture that the kid pointed out that looks like Jesus. I think it's this one. When the kid died and woke up alive and he said, I met Jesus, he pointed out this picture of him. I don't care about the story, Nyx Hex. I'm talking about why, like, this piece became really famous because of that. So she later actually redid it as a different piece because the story behind this painting is actually really interesting. Here's the new version of it. Here's the original. It's really dark on this side, but she revisited it. So this this painting was stolen by her agent. Okay? The painting was stolen by her agent. She painted it when she was like 9. Here, I'll put it in the chat. So, her agent, when she's like 9 years old when she painted the first Jesus painting, and her agent stole it from her, and then sold it, and then it got sold a couple times, and now some atheist owns it. And they tried to buy it back from the atheist. They tried to buy it back for $1.2 million, and the atheist won't sell it to them. Even though it was stolen. By the way, if like your agent steals your stuff and sells it, it's really hard to get back. So, they tried to buy it back for years and years and years, and they can't. Her paintings sell for like $700,000 or more. But yeah, it's just locked away in a vault somewhere. Don't know why. Don't know how much the person paid for it or whatever, but they got it and locked it away and they won't sell it back. So anyway, so she finished this painting right here. And yeah. It's really cool. But I don't know what to say. She finished it. She's much older now. She's like, she's in her 20s. But I can't express how good like honestly, I think this is a painting she did. Like you want realism, Akian paints realism. She's phenomenally talented. Phenomenally talented. And again, she and her brother are like some of the nicest people I've ever met. Yeah, that was a painting. Let me see if she has, if I can find any others that she's done. Oh, here. So here's some of her stuff. This is her self-portrait, I guess. Ah! Stop it. Damn ads. So here's her self-portrait. She has a bunch of stuff. I love this one. She did this series on YouTube, actually. You can find it. Where she painted, yeah, in 100 minutes. So she painted this in 100 minutes on YouTube. You can actually watch it. It's pretty cool. It shows why I'll never be in art. Because I can't... they paint from back to front, and it's something I can't do. But yeah, so she does all different kinds of stuff. Okay, so these are all her latest stuff. So we can go all the way back to when she was a kid. Come on, load. Load, you boomer internet. So this is how she was drawing when she was 4, right? This is when she was 5. Drawing way better than me. This is a child prodigy. Like a legit child prodigy artist. 6, 7, she's painting figures. 8, she painted the Jesus. 9, she's painting these. 10. You can see how her work is progressing, obviously. Anyway, she's great. Send her a Sanguinius figure to paint and tell her it's Jesus. I'll tell her it's Michael, right? That's a good idea. Buy like a Forge World Sanguinius and see what she could do with it. I don't know if she would. Anyway, she's great. Like I said, her brother's super cool. She's been on Oprah and stuff. But they're genuinely nice people. They're genuinely nice people. That's the other thing. She's like very humble and sweet. She's not like a stuck-up prissy idiot or anything like that. Very down. Like if you met them, you wouldn't know that she sells art for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Guy who hates agents says, agents of an industry, be it publishing, Hollywood, or art, are nothing more than disgusting parasites who deserve nothing less than the cutting off of their tongues and the removal of a hand and foot on alternating limbs. Akian? No, last I checked, she lived in like Illinois. I think her mom is, her name Akian. I think her mom is like Lithuanian or something. Tyler Williams. Oh, what's the atheist thing got anything to do with it? It's part of the story. Sorry, I didn't make that clear. This is a story, and I can't verify the facts of this. But purportedly, the atheist bought the Jesus painting specifically so that it wouldn't see the light of day ever again. Now, I don't know if that's hype, although I don't know what the hype would be for, considering the painting is owned by someone and they can't sell anything, like they can't sell the prints of it or anything. But, so I don't, or they can't sell the original, so I don't know what the hype would be for, but purportedly, the atheist person bought the piece specifically to lock it in a vault so that other people couldn't see it. That's why I should have clarified that, but that's part of the story. And if you go, like you can, I think it's on YouTube actually, like her story, the story about that painting and how important it was. But yeah, the shitty part about it, it's not about the atheists buying it and locking it away. Like that's all lore and drama or whatever. The shitty part is the agent who stole the work and sold it on his own. That's the shit part. And it was a learning experience, right? Like, that's the whole thing. Can't the police confiscate it due to it being stolen goods? Actually, no. It's not that simple. It's really, really tough. It's really, really tough. So, yeah, the print is being sold on Etsy. Good job. As it would be. I think you can buy prints on here. Let's see. Can you buy a print? Yeah, you can buy a print of it. But I meant I was I was talking about the original, but I'm drinking, so give me a break. Please tell me the agent went to prison. No, I don't think so. But what if someone stole it back for her? Did the atheists have a case to get it back? Yeah, they bought it. Like, the atheists had nothing to do with it being stolen. It's not like they were like, hello, agent. I need you to steal a painting from a child. Tyler Williams, yeah, something like that. But stolen art is really tough. Actually, Malcolm Gladwell did a really interesting piece about it with the Jews who like sold art under duress to flee Nazi Germany and have tried to get it back. Like really, really hard for their family to get back paintings that they did or they bought. It's almost impossible. There's statutes of limitations and all that stuff that go into it. It took them forever to find it. That's the problem. Receiving, like the statute of limitations on receiving stolen property is probably 4 years, maybe 6. And this painting was lost forever. So it's a tough one. Steven says, does a president still get Secret Service protection if removed from office with impeachment? Maybe. Maybe. What if you stole the art and sold it back to the artist? Look, I can't encourage that behavior. Stolen art, one thing you can do is file with the IRS. In certain states, they have to pay property taxes on the assumed value. Something like that. I'm no expert. Look, I think they've chalked it up as a loss and have moved on from it. But that's that. Bad Vibe says, interesting legal question. At what point does certificate of sales / authenticity / ownership need to be considered for these high value pieces? If you're spending more than $500 on art and not getting a certificate of authenticity from the artist, I don't know what you're buying. Thank you, Bad Vibes. Woo! What if the atheist commits a crime and she's caught by a guard? Will the stolen goods now be forfeit? Yes. Yes, you'll have to pay 40 septims, but the stolen piece will be returned. Actually, we don't ever find out if that property's returned. It's just confiscated by the guards. They must have a storeroom. That should be a mod. What a fucking great idea for a heist mod. All of your stolen shit is stuck in a room in like a tower somewhere in the cities where you get confiscated, and you can go heist it back. They have all your shit in the jail? You can get it? Oh my god, I didn't even know. Ah! Why don't you guys tell me this important stuff? Hey, what do you guys think? Should I paint this pewter whistle pig? I should do that, right? Like, that'd be fun. Paint the samurai scientist whistle pig top. I have 2 of them. No? What if I had 2 of them, though? Am I going to the jails and getting my stuff back? I really should. Use markers. Hey, I saw a guy painting with Sharpies doing the metallic accents on a Titan. It was amazing. It looks so good. Case 1 and paint the case 1 easy and cheap, says Bad Vibes. DZVW says this is a weird stream. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you have no agenda and liquor. It's pewter. It's not like, I mean, if you had to, you could strip the paint off of it, but what am I going to do with it? Sell the top? Macallan bottles are worth near $1,000 just for empty bottles? Damn. Hunter Biden's art next. They did a whole MSM skit on it being the reason China gave him millions. Oh, fucking criminy. Okay, let's see. Hunter Biden art. Am I going to get a bunch of kid aficionado paintings? There's a new artist in town. His name is Biden. Oh, Hunter Biden. Oh, Jesus Christ. Stop. Stop this. No. Oh my God, how embarrassing is this? Look at him. Hunter Biden, his name forever linked to the President Trump's impeachment, says painting is literally keeping me sane after years of addiction and poor choices. Oh no, look at these things. Rain number 1, alcohol ink. How do you even have any ink left? I missed your chat again? I did. I'll get it in a second. Telescope number 1, alcohol ink. I don't believe that was made with alcohol at all. There he is. Mr. Biden explores the fluidity of ink at his painting studio in Los Angeles. He has no formal art training, but he has sketched since childhood. He explores the fluidity of ink. Can you just hear it dripping out of her nasty woman parts? He's waiting for doors to open. There he is. His process with alcohol ink. It can take 14 layers for the material to adhere. Includes blowing it with a metal straw. I have a feeling Hunter has experience with straws and wind. You have to be really focused in order to be able to alter it to your own imagination, he said. Oh, look at him. Look at him with Grumpy Joe. Untitled number 4, a study in ink. Untitled number 3, assigned work. An assortment of inks in Mr. Biden's studio. The media is such a fucking joke. It's such a joke. Bad Dragonite says, gotta shill the art of @C Molden Fine Art on Twitter. Super realistic pen and pencil art of video game characters and pop culture figures. Might as well. Let's see. What the fuck? C Molden Fine Art. Here we go. Commission's closed until 2022. Oh. Hold on. Trying to get this thing set up so you guys can see. Here we go. We've got a different type of art here. So he does sketches, well, pencil and ink of video game characters. None of these are the dragonborn fuss-ro-dying children. So there you go. Apparently the Jesus painting was recovered and resold. Really? By Akian or by someone else? I mean, I haven't talked to her in a couple years, so maybe. Ah, that's not a drawing. It's a person. Wait, where's... Okay, we have to stop. Oh, is that her? Okay, I didn't know who that was. You never know what you're going to find in scrolling through a Twitter feed. But apparently that must be her. There you go. Let's see. The artist recently recovered the work titled Prince of Peace. Oh, sweet. Very cool. Divine timing and an unexpected Christmas present. That's what Akian Karamik calls bringing the painting out of hiding after 17 years. Let's see. The original is just now returning to view after it was taken by an agent and then sold by mistake. Spent years in the dark. It was wrapped up underneath the stairs for many years. It was recently recovered by her family and sold to a private collector for $850,000. But it's not the sale that is putting a smile on her face. It's a timely gift of light. That was a Christmas present to me, she said. It was amazing to me to be able to see this into the light again after so many years. So as a reminder of the words she works by, let love guide your life. Love is so powerful, she said. It will always show up on time when people who need it most. So, yeah. There you go. She got it back. She got it back. Fantastic. I haven't talked to her since then. So that's great. I'm glad the person ended up selling it. I know at one point they had offered $1.2 million for it. Shortly before that. Because, I mean, I probably talked to her 2019. I probably talked to her in, I want to say July of 2019. It was after I started my show. So I would have talked to her in July. That story was from December. So, pretty crazy. Bad Vibe says, why isn't he working for these companies? I bet he's filling his drawers over Ukraine investigation. You should try to get Penguin Zero Moist Critical on the 24-hour stream for some insanity. Did I ever tell you guys? I realized I've been on a stream with Critical, but I didn't know who he was. I had no idea I was on a stream with him. I was on the official podcast bonus episode. Probably like forever ago. I was on the official podcast. And who invited me? It wasn't him who invited me. Let me see. If I see the official podcast. Who are the guys on the official podcast? Kaya Orson. Kaya Orson had me invited me on. I had no idea who they were. Oh, yeah, I was on a bonus episode of the official podcast probably 2 years ago. They're great, super nice guys. I had a good time on the show, but I wasn't watching critical stuff back then at all. I had no idea who he was. I would love to have Critical on. His fucking slapping videos kill me. Guy who hates agents says, I also hate journalists. The one who wrote this obnoxious Biden fluff piece also deserves to have her tongue ripped out and have a hand and foot lopped off at alternating limbs. I should try and get Vic on the 24-hour stream. Oh, that'd be great. Cabria Cousin says, congrats on the 10,000 subs, Nick. May your whiskey be delicious and the sub count rise. Cabria Cousins, thank you. Ugh. Maybe Critical can get you a show with AOC. Oh God. Did he have her on? That'd be great. Have you ever tried your hand at creating landscape terrain for 40K? No. Rising like the Nords. Speaking of that, Ampathos guy brings up a good point. It's time. It's time to end this show and go to Twitch. What whiskey am I drinking? I'm drinking Peg Leg Porker 12-year from the bottle. Which is honestly a travesty of humanity, but that's what we're doing. He was on Twitch stream with AOC and Ilhan Omar. Oh, God. Well, anyway, thank you guys for joining me for this stream tonight. Complete BS stream. Just to hang out. Thank you so much for making this side project a success. I really do want to do more content for it. I'll always say that. I'll always say I want more content for it. And I mean it truthfully. I need to do more because this is escape. And escape is important. Especially now when the media is telling you that you're awful. For any number of reasons. It's because you support Trump, so you're a traitor to your country. It's because you're a man, so you're a traitor to fucking living. It's because you're a woman, so you're a traitor to your gender. It's because it doesn't matter what you are. You play video games, so you're a traitor to humanity. You like the Joker movie, so you're a traitor to peace. Right? Everything that you do is assaulted by people who don't. And who don't have joy and love in their life in any way. And escapism is how we forget that they exist for just a little bit. It's just a little bit. One fucking minute of respite from the shit that this world throws at us every single day. That's what escapism is. It's where you go to a book and you don't have to be told about how you're a white male or you're a self-hating woman or whatever, or you're a black man with internalized racism. Fuck everybody who says that. You're just you. I'm just me. And we like things. Those things, it can be anything. It can be whiskey. It can be cooking. It can be painting. It can be comics. It can be a video game. Because fuck all of it. It's all art and escape. And we need escape from this bullshit that we're stuck with every day. Where we have a senile old piece of shit and some alleged woman who got her job by sucking the cock of someone more important than her, who together, the woman and the man assuming the White House, have put more black people in jail than just about anyone else alive. And we're supposed to be told that we are racist. We are insensitive. They've literally ruined the lives of an entire generation of a fucking race. And we're the bad guys. Because we said an edgy joke sometime. Because we didn't condemn something else sometime. Because we didn't sing the praises of some fucking tranny in a pussy hat walking naked down the streets of San Francisco once. Because we didn't praise that. Because we didn't show it to our children. We're somehow fucking culpable for slavery and everything bad that's ever happened. That's what Escape's about. Escape is about knowing that orcs are bad and dark elves are shit. And being okay with it. That's what this channel exists for. A little bit of escape from the bullshit of the world. And I'm not the best guy to deliver that. I'm not the only guy who does it. In fact, I don't do it enough. And there are great channels out there. Channels I watch. Let me plug these guys. They don't even know I exist. I watch Lutein09. I watch Major Kill. I watch Turin. Turin streams Total War, Warhammer stuff. Never heard of me, I'm sure. I watch Heir of Carthage. All Total War streaming. I watch Dav Plays. By the way, great Total War Warhammer player who doesn't get enough appreciation. I watch Milk and Cookies TW, who does a bunch of Total War stuff and other Warhammer stuff. Let's get off of Warhammer. I watch Sous Vide Everything. I watch The Way of Ramen. These things are escape. Support escapism. Don't let people tell you it's bad. I watch the Dungeon Dudes. By the way, looking at the Dungeon Dudes and guessing, I have a feeling we don't agree on politics. It doesn't matter. I watch Mr. Rex on D&D. Mr. Rex lore videos. I drive my kid places and he requests specifically to listen to Mr. Rex lore videos from D&D. Enjoy all of them. Don't let people into your place in escapism. They can have their own. That's what escapism is. Oh, I don't like D&D's lack of handicap access. Well, go make a campaign and do it. I don't care. Just don't make me do it. Oh, I don't like how D&D has different races be evil. Well, go make a campaign where dark elves are good and don't steal my fucking bike out of my garage. You asshole. Go do it. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. That's the point of escape. You can go escape in your own way. Don't let anybody tell you how you can escape. Gatekeep your groups. Gatekeep your hobbies. Escapism, gatekeeping is critical. Fuck everybody else. Just leave me alone. Look, if you like hentai, don't let anybody tell you that hentai is internalized misogyny. Tell them to get raped with tentacles. Forcefully and violently. And hopefully ripped apart afterwards. Nani? Tentacle rape death. That is the spice of life. Don't let anybody stop you. Escape is escape. We all need escape. If we don't get escape, we go crazy. So do it. And don't let anybody in unless they're safe. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I'll play the outro. Come join me on Twitch. We're going to play some Ranger Spencer, and we will bring Skyrim back to the Nords. All right, have a good night, guys. Peace. Peace.
Oh, he drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along. With his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight, we'll hear some law-splaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes meta, raging at idiots from Twitterland. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, his lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an ardbeg, a bow, more of Lafroig. The spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear law-splaining tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we are now. Oh, the guests are all plentiful, from Doug T to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. Get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear law-splaining tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the